What's goody? What's good? Don't be confused. That's a bright red shirt. That is a bright red shirt. Don't trip. Do not trip. Yes, that is a bright red shirt. That is. What's good with y'all though? What's good with y'all? Before I get too far off into this, man, can y'all hear me loud and clear? We good. We good. We good. We good. Weird time for me to go live, but we here now. We here early. We here early. Let's talk. I ain't want to step on my brother's toes tonight. I know you got the final word. You got other people doing stuff. Let's talk. Who in here with me? D Money Motivated. Icy. What's good? What's good? Jonathan Jackson. What's good? The Kick in Chief. What it do? Nightmare. What's goody? King Julian. Ray. Kelvin Hicks. Michael Clark. What's goody? Hey, Michael Clark. Real quick before I get too far off into this, I gotta tell you, I appreciate the $50 damn, why I lose my train of thought? $50 I literally lost my train of thought. Why can't I think? Cash App. Yes, Michael Clark sent me a Cash App a week ago, and I did not take time to properly thank that gentleman because I put my Cash App info up like 2 months ago. And I really don't post it all the time. So I was surprised. So I just gotta say thank you, man. I ain't one of them dudes that just be like, yo, you ain't have to do that, and I appreciate you. So my fault. There you go. That's why I wore the red t-shirt. The dude with the Suge Knight thumbnail. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. I know. Y'all more determined than Eagles fans and Commanders fans. Cowboys fans that's mad at the organization is the most determined group in the fan base right now. Here to attack another fan. Hey, man. Guy that just said stop drinking the Kool-Aid. It's going to be all right. You mad at me or you mad at Jerry Jones? Who you mad at? I got this lint on my shirt, my hat. It's bothering me. Y'all probably can't see it. Who you mad at? I'm in a good space right now. I had a diatribe last night. I talked to my people that support me. If you didn't hear what I said last night, that's your fault. That ain't my fault. Y'all was in here last night? See, Golfer wasn't in here last night. Y'all ain't, you must not have been here last night, Golfer. It's cool. You know. Who was in my show last night? Who seen it? 177 people in here, 3 minutes, 52 likes. Hit the like button for me. Who was in here last night? I know some of the people that was in here. So why, if you mad at Jerry, all up in the videos, the name in the chat, if you mad at Jerry Jones and everybody that came in here, I'm sorry, I didn't went all off already. Everybody that show me love regularly, I just want to say what up to y'all. I see y'all in the chat, all of my people that show me love on a regular. But this guy got me. I'm not mad you missed it. Go check it out, David J. I got a chance to explain myself and why I'm going to choose to look at the positive side of things unless something triggers me to be negative. I.e., Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones have the press conference. They come out. They say, we're going to assess free agency differently. We're going to attack the cap differently. I'm not saying you should trust them. I'm saying I'm not in here to give y'all negativity every day until September. Appreciate you all up in the videos. See how you handle that? I ain't here to hate on you. If you don't like the Jones family, that's fine. But you don't gotta attack me. I ain't Jerry Jones. Look, man. Hey, I don't look nothing like Jerry. I got that skin condition that he don't like too much. So I don't look nothing like Jerry. But listen, last night I told everybody, if you wasn't here, and I'll say it again, it's cool. This isn't a daily thing, but it has happened. I have suffered from anxiety before. I have had depression before. And if I spent the next 9 months, 8 months just feeding y'all negativity whenever I get a chance, I would drive myself crazy, selfishly. I'm not going to do that. Now, will Jerry Jones and them piss me off if they don't do nothing in free agency? If they don't sign back some of the players I want them to bring back? And they just let this team deteriorate without trying? Yes, I'm a probably have a couple of episodes or a couple shows or whatever you call my streams where I'm pissed and yelling and flipping out. Yes, because I'm human. But then I'm going to try my best to look at the best parts of the team because I don't feel like negativity helps everything. That's me personally. Because you know who pay attention to these shows, you know who pay attention to the fan base, our players. And you're going to say, this sounds weak. No. If everything you talk about for the next 8 months is negativity, every single thing, not that you can't be negative about some stuff. I'm just saying, eventually the player's going to believe it. So I ain't here to do that. I'm also wearing this shirt for another reason. Can y'all guess? Got a big game coming up. Got a team I'm going to support. See, I control too. I control just with the best of them, but I don't got to curse at nobody. Trolling is better when it's subtle. It's subtle. Like when people call us cowgirls and, all that extra, that's corny. I like to subtly troll. I like to say that thing that's really going to aggravate you, but not, I don't even got to disrespect you personally. I don't got to call you a clown. I don't got to hate on your peoples. All I got to do is do something like wear a red shirt and just say, man, I can't wait to watch the game. Because there's a team that's playing in this game that wears this color that did me the biggest favor 2 years ago. I just need one more favor. Just one more favor. I know the haters going to say, why can't you do it? Hey, man, we got our own problems. Why we got our own problems. But what I do know is if another team made it to the Super Bowl, I might not have had as much faith. Nah. If it was the Bills, I'd have been like, they can't get it done. The Texans and the Ravens, Patrick got my back. Big Pat got my back. 259 people in here, 95 likes. Let's get it to 200 likes. Might as well. Last 30 people that jumped in here, hit the like button. Now let's talk about our new defensive coordinator. Do y'all like the hire? I'm starting to like this staff. I wanted, if you were going to bring me Brian Schottenheimer, I wanted them to pair Brian Schottenheimer with a former head coach as a defensive coordinator. Check. Bonus, he's a former Dallas Cowboy. Check. Has he coached top 10 defenses? Check. His expertise is linebackers. Cowboys have one of the best linebackers / DNs in the NFL. Think it's a fit? Do you think it's a fit? Because I remember last year when we hired Mike Zimmer, people were worried about Micah. I don't know if Micah's going to fit with Zimmer. That worked. I don't know if Dan Quinn can get the most out of Micah Parsons. That worked. Y'all know what y'all need to realize about Micah Parsons? Michael Clark said it before I can get it out. You cheating, Michael. You got the cliff notes. 290 people in here, man. Hit that like button for me. We'll be 350 to 400 people in here if you know before you know it. Because y'all know the rules. If you're new here, let me explain the rules to the cartel. Cartel, channel members, frequent flyers, people that rock with me on a regular. Y'all know the rules. You don't walk into nobody's house without speaking to them. Right? You don't walk into nobody's house without speaking to them. So the best way to speak to me, always acknowledge the chat. Say what's up good to the chat, what's good to the cartel. But hit the like button. That's how you say hi to the host. You don't walk in nobody's house without, and then don't take your shoes off, go to the fridge, start making a sandwich, get something to drink, get the remote, start changing the channel. Hey, dog. Hey, don't just walk up in here like I ain't in here. Ken James. I don't know who is he calling me a clown? Wow. I'm a clown. I couldn't have triggered you that much. Is it me? You that mad, Ken? You need a hug. I must need a hug, man. That's cool. Somebody give Ken a hug, man. Somebody give Ken a hug. But listen, Tyler Powell, what's good? Been a minute. Hit the like for your big bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate all 320 of y'all. Micah Parsons is scheme proof. He's coach proof. You cannot be one of the top. I'll be generous tonight. I'll be generous. Micah Parsons is a top 5 defensive player in the NFL, which means he's a top 5 player in the world. I would put top 5 player in the world, but top 5 defensive player bare minimum. I know he's higher than that. I would like to say he's top 2, not 2, but he got to win a Defensive Player of the Year award to solidify that. I think that's coming, but that's not what we're talking about. Don't worry about Micah Parsons with Eberflus's scheme. You worry about the other players with Eberflus's scheme. Micah Parsons is going to get his. That brother missed how many games this year? 4 or 5? And still ended the year with 12 to 13 sacks. Rome, we got cheap coaches with top dollar expectations. Our expectations wouldn't change whether the coach was expensive or not. As much as I want to get mad about the lack of money these coaches might be making, the Cowboys ain't always cheap with their coaches. Dan Quinn was making top dollar. To keep Dan Quinn here, the Cowboys are paying Dan Quinn more than Mike McCarthy. Bet y'all ain't know that. Did you? They pay to play when they feel like it's necessary. But the Jones family will skimp you when they think they can get it off. They'll pay to play, though, when they feel like it's necessary. Yes, they will. Jones family will pay to play. I'm hoping that they finally hit their wall and they want to pay to play. But let's talk about Eberflus a little bit before we get into that. I think Matt Eberflus is an excellent defensive coordinator. And about 4 or 5 years ago, when he got that Bears job, I think it's about 4 years ago, when he was one of the hot names, remember, this happens every year. Hey, you got Liam Cohen, they got the job in Jacksonville. You got Aaron Glenn, they got the job with the Jets. You got Ben Johnson with the Bears. Pete Carroll's Pete Carroll. Got a lot of new head coaches. If they don't win the Super Bowl within the next 4 years, the shine comes off their name. If they don't make it to a Super Bowl, is the shine off their name? I remember, I'm old enough to remember the Dan Campbell hiring was laughed at. We 29 likes away from 200. Y'all remember that? Maybe not by me, but I'm old enough to remember when Dan Campbell's hiring was a joke. Nick Sirianni was a joke. He didn't call plays in Indianapolis. Nobody knew him like that. Doug Peterson, before he blew up and won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, he wasn't a big name. You don't know what these coaches is going to do. I'm not in here to tell you that this is perfect. I'm not in here to tell you that Brian Schottenheimer is the best coach in the league, or that this is the best hire, or that the process wasn't goofy. The process was goofy. I ain't like it. I would have loved to at least interviewed Ben Johnson. I would have loved to at least interviewed Aaron Glenn. But when there's rumors and stories out there like, listen, we want you to change we want to control the general manager. We want to control player personnel. And you are a team that don't let people do that. I kind of understand why they didn't interview him. I don't like their process. I don't like the Jones family. I do not like the fact that they won't give up power. It's stupid. That's true. But two things can be true, as my brother DMV said yesterday, and it makes sense. I can support Brian Schottenheimer. I can support the players, as I've always said I do. It's 350 people in here, though, by the way. What's good? Salute. Hit the like button. Welcome. I can support the players. I can support the staff. I can want this to work, and I can still dislike the ownership. Two things can be true. The players and the coaches have to win in spite of the ownership. There are times in history where teams have overcame ownership. The problem is it takes a meteor or like a supernatural player to do that. I don't know if we have that. Dak Prescott isn't that. No disrespect. And I love Dak. Dak's not a supernatural player. Micah is close, but he might not be. But like, if you watch anything on the Bulls, speaking of red, Jerry Reinsdorf and that Bulls organization was trash. They gave him the bare minimum. But I don't think we got a Michael Jordan on this team. We ain't got a Michael Jordan on this team. So what do you do to ensure somebody like Brian Schottenheimer has success? You have to stop being lazy. Got my first super chat, but not an elite coach. We can roll with that. Earn that. You can't be none of these. Which coach is elite that just got hired? Pete Carroll's had an elite career, but which coach? And thank you for that super chat. That was a great super chat. Appreciate you. Let me toss you a mile. Which one of these coaches is definitively elite? Did I miss something? Ben Johnson is recently biased. You could say Ben Johnson is a elite coordinator. But the jury is out on Ben Johnson. Only time will tell. That's a fact. We still rock 5 rings. I'm not downplaying Ben Johnson because I would have been happy if we got him because his offenses look great. But what makes a coordinator look good? What makes players look good? It's not always the X's and the O's. When you rolling out there with the offensive line that Detroit had and Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Montgomery, Gibbs, Laporta. You got athletic tackles that can run routes. I might have been able to coach that team to a top 10 offense. Me. They loaded. Now, you can say Jared Goff might not be the best quarterback, but can you distribute? I've seen Jalen Hurts have very, very average football games this year, where the highlight of his game is protecting the ball. Where after the game, people say Jalen Hurts had a phenomenal game. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. And before somebody say, why are you talking about Jalen Hurts? There's 2 teams left. There's a Super Bowl happening. Deal with it. You're going to get some Jalen Hurts analogies over the next week because they're in the Super Bowl. God damn it. So deal with it. But he can have bad games because he's surrounded by talent. Nick Sirianni can't fail because they keep surrounding him with talent. Byron Joe David, Byron Joe David Okay, $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you. You want to know what makes an OC look good? Ask Shanahan. Barkley, ask Saquon Barkley to us. Kellen Moore is just an average OC. I agree. Kellen Moore is not phenomenal. Kellen Moore, I didn't even want Kellen Moore. If he's so phenomenal, I would have wanted him back. And the week before last, the Eagles fans were so mad at Kellen Moore because he called a horrible game in the wild card round. But this week, he called a toss play, a goddamn toss play. First play of the game, a toss. All Jalen Hurts had to do was this. They made 2 blocks, but he broke 3 tackles and took that bad boy like 60, 70 yards for a touchdown. Now, you tell me what kind of offensive guru it takes for that to happen. He broke 3 tackles. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Jesse Gutierrez, what are you saying? You just subscribed? I appreciate you. This is my point, y'all. This is my point. Listen. You got to add to this roster. What I want y'all to stop doing, Magic Gilchrist, $4.99 super chat. Honestly, the hire was the best case scenario because we already know about the Jones family. We do. I hate them, but we do. It was going to be a power struggle otherwise, just saying. It was. They took the less frictionless route. And I don't know if that's perfect over the next 4 years, but that's the route they took. But any coach, Mike McCarthy, they did not give him enough talent. The Jones family won't get out their way because they feel like, well, we paid you top dollar. You should perform. That's stupid. Newsflash. Other teams are paying their players top dollar. Do you think the Chiefs have top paid players? You think Travis Kelce making that bread? Patrick Mahomes? Chris Jones? You think they ain't making no money? You think that stops them from doing stuff? Excuse me. Hold on. My fault, y'all. Gannon and $5 stupid tech from Scott. $5 super chat from Scotty Digital. My fault. Gannon and Steichen were generous too before getting their gigs. Give Schotty some time. Flus will make a difference. Appreciate you. I see like 100 people left. Somebody else must have went live. Who live? What I'm missing? It's all good though. We gonna talk. Wherever they went, have a good one. James Cooper, y'all not the Eagles. Please stop it. James Cooper, you must be an Eagles fan. Salute. I agree. We are not the Eagles. Now, we beat the anti-lock breaks off y'all at least once a year when Dak is healthy. There's that. All that money y'all throwing in that roster, we can still beat y'all. But we are not the Eagles right now. Y'all are in the Super Bowl twice in the last 3 years. We ain't sniffed the championship game. I give you that. But one of the biggest differences between the Cowboys and the Eagles is what? Name it. 2 words. What's the biggest difference between the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles? What is it? Is it the quarterback? Is it the receivers? Is it just the O-line? Is it D-line? What is it? There you go. The front office. The front office. Howie Roseman is the difference. Howie Roseman is better at putting his team together. Howie Roseman, his scouts are better than the Cowboys and their scouts. I have no problem admitting that. I do not feel like I almost am 100% positive, without a shadow of a doubt, Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. He can't run the football better than Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts cannot pass better than Dak Prescott. I don't give a damn. I do not care. I ain't trying to hear it. That boy don't even know how to throw seam passes. No, I'm not impressed that you could throw it deep to A.J. Brown. I could throw it deep to A.J. Brown. It's goddamn A.J. Brown. But they've invested in Jalen Hurts. He makes $53 million a year. Saquon Barkley's the highest paid running back in the league. A.J. Brown's like the third highest paid receiver in the NFL. They gave him a raise after giving him money. Devontae Smith's a top 10 paid receiver in the NFL. Could have probably been more. Plenty of paid offensive linemen. How are they doing it? It's simple. Because they want to. They want to get a return on their investment. They want to say, we spent a lot of money. We're not resting on our laurels. That's why a year after they had DeAndre Swift go for what, 1,200 yards? They said, let's go get a better running back. The Cowboys would have said, we just had a 1,200-yard rusher. We're good here. No. You have to be on the margins. Now, they don't always hit. The Eagles don't always hit. This is what happens when you're aggressive. You don't think they make mistakes? There's a gentleman on their team they paid really well named Bryce Huff. They moved off of Hassan Reddick. Bryce Huff is Trinity to dash. Garbage. They traded for a dude named, what's that corner that got beat in the Super Bowl like a drum? James Bradbury. They set him down. He making like $20 million. He making wild money. He ain't even playing because they ain't afraid to admit when they wrong. So, yeah, I'll get the Eagles that. Y'all keep building and keep trying, and Howie Roseman keeps grinding. And our ownership group has literally played the position of we got Dak Prescott and y'all don't, and now we've gotten lapped because now Washington is good. Washington just made it to a place that you would have loved to make it to. So for the first time in a long time, the Cowboys can't rest on the fact that we the best team in the division. No, we not. Own your L. Realize we not that good. And go fix it. The hiring of Eberflus and Nick Sorensen, I think, are good chips in the right direction. Why do y'all think I like Nick Sorensen? Former defensive coordinator of the 49ers. Because I know he was a special teams coordinator that was ranked like 31st when he was with the Jaguars. X Common X with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. If I'm mistaken, please tell me. But I haven't the salary cap gone up every year? If so, what are the Joneses' problem? They talk the salary cap every year. They do. You know what's funny about that, X Common X? And I appreciate you for that $5 super chat. Jerry Jones is the inventor of the salary cap. He was the one that introduced it to the NFL to introduce revenue sharing to make the owners billionaires. Jerry Jones made the salary cap show up and haven't been able to navigate it. It's his fault. It's his fault. Suave D, $5 super chat. Dak's contract is not stopping the front office. They could easily restructure his contract to create cap space. They don't try to sign free agents. They don't. And I was going to get to that. Thank you for that $5 super chat. They don't. If they wanted to have money, they can have it. We almost at 300 likes. Hit the like button. There's 350 people in here. Appreciate y'all. We draft better. You can't draft your way out of this, though, 107 Buddy Lope. And I can't even say we draft better lately. They've been hitting on more draft picks than us. You can't rest on just drafting. That's been our biggest problem. It's basketball season, right? Football about to be over. It's about to be March Madness and NBA. if you're playing basketball, there's about 3 ways you can score: layup, dunk, jumper, or three-pointer, 4 ways. What if you were playing a basketball game and just refused to do one of those things? You're probably going to lose. I ain't shooting no threes. All right. Okay. Or if you're playing football, I'm going to beat you by not throwing the ball once. Just runs. All right. The Cowboys attack team building like this. I'm just drafting. That's it. You probably going to fall behind. We'll figure it out. What? What? That's not how you do things. It goes back to the expensive car analogy. That's a fact. How many of y'all in here car people? How many of y'all in here car people? Love your car. You don't buy no Benz, no Lamborghini, no Corvette, no anything. What's your favorite car? How many of y'all try to get your car to run on water? No gas. You just put water in the gas tank. I don't know. Because that's what Jerry Jones wants to do. He wants to pay his top players, but not give them the tools to win. So you pay Dak Prescott and say, because I gave you $60 million a year, let me hit you with the Stephen Jones. $60 million a year. Because y'all know they never make that. You never make your per year average unless your salary, unless you're franchise tagged. Dak Prescott will never make $60 million in a year. It'll always get pushed and restructured. For everybody that always, what they gonna do? Dak got a $60 million cap hit. Oh, they restructured. They're gonna do that every year. Hey, don't trip. I got a 2013 Lincoln. I don't want no car payment. It is what it is. That Lincoln gonna get me to and from. It's gonna get me to and from. I like my car. But my point is, you don't buy it. You don't gotta do a house. You don't buy no big house and not take care of it. I ain't cutting the grass. I ain't gonna clean my house. That house was $450, $650, whatever your house costs, $1,000. That's it. Yo, bro, your grass is crazy. Your HOA gonna kill you. I don't care. You know how much this house costs? So you get Dak Prescott and you're like, I ain't giving him nothing. What? He making $60 million a year. Bro, you running out there with no running backs? I've heard last week that Josh Allen don't have enough help. Y'all ain't hear that? Josh Allen don't have enough help. What? Josh Allen don't have enough help? James Cook ain't enough help? If James Cook ain't enough help, what is Rico Dowdle? Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, Khalif Shakir, Mac Hollins, Dalton Kincaid, and another tight end. What is happening? That ain't enough help? CD not enough help, 150 catches. I don't know if South Sac E, hold on, don't delete it. Let South Sac E talk. One person, you cannot have played football. One receiver. You making my point for me. One receiver. Y'all think, who in here thinks one receiver is enough help? I don't give a damn how much he's one all-pro receiver. That's right. Can he split into 3 people? Do you know how to play football? You ever heard of bracketing someone? Doubling someone? Shifting coverage? You must be 10. South Sac E is a 10-year-old. He don't understand. And I ain't even an X's and O's guy. Ain't no way. You are 10. You are 10. He's 10 years old. That makes sense. He's 10 years old, y'all. It's cool. He's 10. I ain't mad. I understand. You learning football, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. There's plenty of YouTube videos that can help you with adding to your offense. I can't help you. You should probably try to play football. You know, learn football. Where is his parents? I don't know, man. I don't know how he got in here. I don't want to put no age restriction on it, but I don't know how he got in here. Goddamn children. One receiver. That is false. Trade me De'Ami Brown right now. And some of them running backs. Yeah. Also, you wouldn't have made it to the championship game without one specific player. You know the guy that lost to Cooper Rush? You do understand my quarterback was injured for the season, right? Goofy ass. We had one receiver. Hey, Rome, it's been a minute since I showed you love. Here you go, big bro. Appreciate you, Angie Lamb. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I really do. You can get him. You get them all. You can get all of them too. That's fine. Commanders Joe, I'll ask you this. If y'all made it to the championship game with no receiver, do you plan on not signing any more this offseason? Because this is what I heard from the Commanders after they lost that game, that took that glorious L. And I haven't trolled y'all all week because that ain't really, I don't give a damn about the Commanders. But I will say this. I have heard y'all. I've seen y'all on Twitter and in the comments. Y'all want to add to the team because you can't go but so far without talent. You can come in here to troll me, but you want to build around Jaden Daniels. Trust me, you do. Exactly. So I'm not trying to hear you trying to talk me out of wanting to sign a receiver. As you say, I want to sign a receiver. I don't even want to just sign one. I'll draft one, sign one. I want to build my team. Why am I not allowed to build my team? Why are you the only one allowed to build your team? Answer that for me. Why can't I want to draft Ashton Genty at 12? My front office never, ever took the time to genuinely build around Dak Prescott. They like accidentally tripped and fell into stuff. Ezekiel Elliott was not drafted for Dak Prescott. Ezekiel Elliott was drafted for Tony Romo. They traded for Amari Cooper after their goofy thought process of we gonna run wide receiver by committee with Allen Hurns and Cole Beasley. And then when it didn't work and we were struggling, we got to trade for somebody. You think? It's Allen Hurns. Y'all drafted CeeDee Lamb. You think that we thought we could get CeeDee Lamb at 17? That was the league being stupid. The Cowboys were not planning on CeeDee Lamb being there. So you can't call that a plan either. They didn't plan on drafting a receiver. It was, oh shit, CeeDee Lamb fell to us. If the Falcons weren't stupid, we wouldn't even have CeeDee Lamb. Luck. We wouldn't have drafted Micah Parsons if the Panthers didn't draft J.C. Horn and the Denver Broncos didn't draft Pat Surtain. We was going to take a corner that year. The Cowboys been getting lucky in the draft. They not draft gurus. Angie Lamb, Rome, you sat tripping with the red shirt and the Cowboys hat. No, I'm not. Why I'm wearing this red shirt, chat? Angie, why you think I'm wearing this red shirt? This red shirt look nice. Because my blood cousin, not real, not for real. My cousin Patrick Mahomes about to go do damage in 2 weeks. I got to show him some love. This is a subtle troll. This is a subtle troll. This ain't nothing crazy. Justin K. I'm not even going to disrespect your last name like that. Justin K, channel member, appreciate you. Hey, Rome, we're talking about the running backs out of the Boise State, but what's good with Golden, the receiver out of Texas? I don't think he'll be there. I think he'll be there. What y'all need to realize is this. I can shift to a little bit of draft talk. How many of y'all feel like no good player is going to be there? Because no one wants the Cowboys to have good things. So when I bring up Ashton Gentius, he won't be there. We're picking 12. When you get to the 20s, you start reaching for what could be second rounders. When you're picking 12, you're going to get a top 10, top 15 player in the draft, no matter what. And if you add in quarterbacks and hope that a team reaches, that means that there will be 9 players in front of you. If Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, and just one other quarterback goes, 9 players in front of you. So you start doing a little bit of mental math. Check this out. There's going to be at least 2 to 3 edge rushers. Now that's 6 players. Abdul Carter's going, and there's at least 2 to 3 edge rushers that go every year. That's 3 players. There's going to be at least 2 corners. At least 2 corners. Every year. A D tackle will go, Mason Graham. And at least 2 offensive linemen. Someone will fall to us. You got Ted McMillan, receiver. You got Luther Burden, receiver. Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Abdul Carter, pass rusher. Travis Hunter. Start naming these players. Somebody gonna slip. As much as people say nobody gonna be there, oh, a great player will be there. Rome, who you taking, Travis Hunter or Genty? If Travis Hunter was there, I'd probably take Travis Hunter. But ain't no way he's gonna be there. Travis Hunter's going in the top 3. Now that's not gonna be there player. Mason Graham, I don't think he's gonna be there neither. Ted McMillan, I think people are gonna overthink Ted because he's not that fast. Barron will go, the corner. Barron will go. Yes. Eberflus can coach defense. He just can't coach a team. And that happens. Some people can't coach teams. But who's in front of us that really want to take? That's the thing. Who's in front of the Cowboys that need a running back? Let's be honest. Who in front of the Cowboys really need a running back? You think Ben Johnson's taking? He got DeAndre Swift. You think Ben Johnson's going to take Genty when they're paying DeAndre Swift? Y'all think the Raiders with Pete Carroll are going to take Genty? Okay. Cam Scatterboo is trash. No. He's not trash, but he also not a first-round player. Justin K, $2 super chat. Sorry, I meant in the second round. There's no doubt. I think Golden's amazing. He'll go in the back half of the first round. Y'all think 49ers is giving up on with everything they're dealing with, offensive line problems and stuff like that? You think they're going to go Genty? They just made Christian McCaffrey one of the highest paid players in the league. You think they're going to go Genty? They might. Look, Sammy, your mammy, he's a 49ers fan. $20 super chat. How much you say, hold on, I can't even read. How much say will Schotty have in the draft? And hit that like button, fools. Appreciate you. $20 super chat. Well, I couldn't read. I think Schotty will have some in the draft. The Cowboys like to give love to their coaches when they first get here. I think the Cowboys want to give Schotty what he needs to be successful. That's another receiver and a running back. No disrespect to Jalen Tolbert or Jalen Brooks. Matter of fact, take it how you want to take it. Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tolbert, Rico Dowdle are not the greatest players. They can be rotational. They're not the greatest players. Jonathan Mingo, I'm going to try my best to give you a pass because of one thing. And that $20 super chat, I forgot to tell y'all, put some fire emojis in there for Sammy, for your mammy. When you drop 20, you get the fire emojis. My fault, Sammy. I just got to talking and answering your question. That's the rules. You drop 20, you get fire emojis in the chat because we show love to people that show love, to the channel, and I appreciate that. Ryan Flournoy, I want to see him get some more burn too, but they're the bottom half of the receivers. Brandon Cooks is gone, right? So you got CeeDee Lamb, and then receiver 2 and 3 is up in the air. You're going to carry at least 6 receivers. At least 6. The bottom half of the room, Tolbert, Mingo, and Flournoy. Right? Then you got Jalen Brooks, who I think is, and Kevontae Turpin. Jalen Brooks is probably a practice squad receiver to me. No disrespect. Turpin is special teams, but so he'll make the team. That leaves a slot for a new receiver. Now, if Genty's gone, you can take Luther Burden. But I don't think the 49ers is going to spend it on Genty. But if we get Luther Burden and Amarion Hampton or Caleb Johnson or Judkins or Henderson, we're going to be just fine. But if we get Genty first round and then Savion Williams or Golden or Trey Harris or Besh out of TCU or somebody like that, or Elamanure out of Stanford, there's players. You know why we going to get some of them, y'all? I don't like Isaiah Bond. He's a little too small for me. I'm good. We got Kevontae Turpin. I don't want nobody. I don't want no more little receivers. I need an X. I'm sorry. Bond too little. I need an X receiver. Now you'll say, would you want Luther Burden? Luther Burden is a unique case. Luther Burden is the fire starter. He reminds me of Steve Smith Sr. Isaiah Bond don't remind me of Steve Smith Sr. Tez Johnson is good, but you can get him later in the draft. I'm talking about some top-tier talent. Some top-tier talent. My point is, I feel like they are going to try to build this thing because I do feel like the Cowboys want to have confirmation that they made the right choice. I've said that before, but they tried their best this year to not do nothing and failed gloriously. I have never seen the fan base this angry. We're fighting each other. We're eating our own young. We're fighting every day. Stephen Jones, even he acknowledged it in this corny little, we're on a drought. Shut your ass up. Jerry Jones in there talking about cap. They hit every buzzword that we be talking about. They know we complain about the cap every day. They know we complain about lack of free agency. They know we complain about trades and everything like that. They know we complained about how not modernized the offense is. Shout out to Patrick No C Walker. He asked the right questions. They know. Michael Clark, pause. Eating your young is wild work. Y'all nasty. Get your pause, but that you nasty. I was talking about cannibalism. How you get the pause? You nasty. Get your mind out the gutter. Angie Land with another $20 super chat. Ooh, Angie, y'all throw some umbrellas in there for Angie. She done dropped 40. Or not, actually 30. Appreciate the super chat, Angie. Can I get some fire in the chat too? I need that 1 cent qualify. Hit the like. No, $19.99 is a $20 super chat, Angie. You actually dropped 30 because you gave a super chat earlier. So give out Angie some umbrellas. I appreciate the love. Angie wanted to come put her stamp on the chat. I'm in here. I see you, Angie. My fault. Thank you for the support. Channel member as well. I really do appreciate you. Somebody threw the clothes umbrella. I see you. Nah, I'm not saying that they're going to have an Eagles offseason. Hey, Jay Tuck put JC Cowboys 94. Jay Tuck put me on Jaden Higgins and DMV. I ain't know that boy like 6'4", like 215. He a big receiver. That's what I want. Something like that. Something like that. Big receiver. You want D tackles, Memphis 10, M10, Mem 10, Deion Walker out of Kentucky. You want to build this defense. I see you. We got draft talk time. We'll get to that. And I know this is supposed to be about Eberflus, and I'm sorry. Y'all know I get the rambling. I just feel like the Cowboys are trying to, this is the best way to put it. They're trying to do whatever it takes to make to make Brian Schottenheimer work. They could have got lazy on the defensive coordinator. I think they wouldn't got one of the best DCs on the market. Y'all don't think so? Former Cowboy, had one of the top defenses in Indianapolis. Familiar with the Cowboys. I think Flus is going to be good. And 4 years ago, Flus was one of those names where he was like, you got to get him. He's one of the hottest coordinators on the market. It just didn't work with the Bears. And that's cool because then we get to get him. I think Nick Sorensen is a big hire because Nick Sorensen, as the special teams coordinator, as the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, I think to have another coordinator on staff that was just a defensive coordinator and a former head coach, you're insulating Schottenheimer with people that know this league. Now you can say Sorensen failed as a defensive coordinator. That's fine. But he has tutelage under Shanahan and under Pete Carroll. Remember, Sorensen was I think he was a DB's coach during the Legion of Boom. That's when he cut his teeth. Nick Sorensen will give us 49ers intel. Intel you need to stop one of the best ran offenses in the NFL. Intel you can give to your new head coach on how to expand our offensive repertoire. When you're in the building, you have access to the playbooks and the philosophy and the practice style, etc. I think that Sorensen's a good hire. Also, anything under Urban Meyer that year with the Jaguars is hard to look at. So him being a coordinator with the Jaguars, Urban Meyer was a terrible coach, at least NFL head coach. Now, I want the offensive line coach from Arizona. I think that's our next move. I think his name is Clayton Adams. Apparently, he had some of the best offensive line run schemes in the league last year. I want Clayton Adams out of Arizona. Building a great staff is important. You can't just build a staff, though, Jerry, Steven. You have to go out and get better players. I'm not about to do the mental gymnastics. Donnie's drum covers. I love your live streams. Priceless content. Appreciate you, Donnie. If you don't build this team and add players, it ain't going to work. We can't just draft. As much as we're going to talk draft, we have to get some. Look, there's going to be plenty of defensive tackles available, some veteran corners. We need to insulate this team so we're not drafting for what? I hate to do this. When you go into the draft with a need, you play yourself. You reach. We don't need to draft for need. You take the best player on the board. If Mason Graham fell to you, that D tackle, you take him at 12 and you don't lose no sleep because Mason Graham is like that. He's one of those defensive tackles, like not what we thought Mozzie was. Mozzie was like one of those defensive tackles, but from Wish. Mason Graham like that. Michigan and all. But you draft BPA, period. If Abdul Carter's there at 12 and Genty's gone or whatever because somebody got hype and took Genty, you take a pass rushing demon and put him next to Micah Parsons. But if Graham gone and Genty's gone and Carter's gone, and you look up and Luther Burden staring you in your face, don't overthink it. Give your new offensive coordinator, head coach, a new toy to play with. And then circle back around and get the running back. I don't want anybody on the coaching staff that's in their 60s or 70s. Well, I do want to see who our new offensive line coach is because I ain't heard no news on Mike Solari. I see y'all asking in the chat, what does Flus run? Eberflus runs a hybrid defense. He runs 3-4, he runs 4-3. But look at Rod Marinelli's defenses. He does run some bend but don't break. But he also is a linebacker guru. And he was able to make Jalen Smith. Remember that year we had like two of the best linebackers in the league, Jalen Smith and LVE? They came in under Eberflus. I think that Eberflus is going to he's going to put emphasis on linebacker play. And I'll leave y'all with this as I wrap this up. Y'all want to know why linebacker play is important? And bend but don't break is important? We almost have 400 likes. That's a fact. Y'all want to know why? What is this league turned into? This league is slowly but surely shifting into a running league. All the teams that's running made it farther in the playoffs. I saw Joe Mixon getting busy. I saw King Henry getting busy. Obviously, we've seen Saquon going fucking crazy. The Detroit Lions ran their way into the playoffs. The first name you mentioned on the Detroit Lions is not St. Brown and it's not Jameson Williams. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. When you mention the Eagles, first offensive weapon that's mentioned, Saquon Barkley. When you mention the Ravens, you're going to mention the two-headed running monster of Lamar Jackson and King Henry. Josh Jacobs got busy. Running the ball is back. If everyone's running the ball, what you think you're going to need to stop it? Linebackers and people that know how to stop the run. That's what Eberflus do. I'll tell y'all a fun fact. Last 10 years, who's the only team to shut out the Dallas Cowboys? And who was their defensive coordinator? Only team to shut the Cowboys out in the last 10 years plus. The Colts. Eberflus was the defensive coordinator. 2018. I remember that game. It was late in the season. Pissed me off. Hi, my dog DMV in here. What's good? Yo, my video earlier. Your top 6 rushers in the league were 4 former first round picks, and the other 2 were second rounders. That's a nugget. DMV, you always coming here dropping the heat. You got to draft big talent. You also got to add some big talent. That's why I want Adams, though. I want those run schemes out of Arizona. Clayton Adams out of Arizona. I want him as our OC. I want this to become a heavy run play action team. And that don't mean you can't have a great year. Who else is a heavy run play action team? Who just built an entire offense off heavy run play action? Let me see if y'all know, because y'all loved him so much. Y'all wanted the Cowboys to interview him so much. Who else is heavy run play action? Ben Johnson. As much as y'all think Dak Prescott is crippled and can't run, Jared Goff ain't running nowhere. Heavy run play action. And I'm a die on this hill too by myself. I'm a die on this hill by myself. I don't think the running days for Dak Prescott is over. I don't think he can run like Jaden Daniels or Jalen Hurts. No. But y'all thinking that Dak Prescott going to be on the field on crutches is crazy. You know why Dak Prescott tore his hamstring? Because Dak Prescott was hurt in the summer and they want to keep it real. You don't just rock a goddamn air cast for off the humble. Something was wrong with Dak's foot. And because he was going for a contract, they ain't want to say it. I think that Dak Prescott will be well within his right to be able to scramble for a couple first downs. Is he running for 70 yards? No. Dak is injury prone. If you want to call Dak injury prone, that's fine. I'm not. Look, man, I ain't even here to have that battle. Dak is older and all that. I get that. But I think he was overcompensating for something wrong with his foot. You overcompensate with something with your legs, you will tear a ACL, rip a hamstring. You can't overcompensate as an athlete. Dak then got slow. Dak was never fast. Y'all found me the clip where Dak was fast. I think Dak was hurt. He was overcompensating. I think that his entire rehab is going to focus on plyometrics, being flexible, and being fluid. No homo. But Dak was never fast. Somebody said Mississippi State. He wasn't never fast. Dak 40 time like what, 4.6? Dak was a physical runner. Every time I see Dak run, it's stiff arms. Dak's legs are gone, brother. Dak, when has Dak got race pacer? That's a hard name to say. When are y'all like? What are y'all like? Show me the highlights where Dak was going crazy with the run. Dak's legs are gone. Y'all act like Dak used to get out here and be Michael Vick. I need him to scramble 5. I saw Matthew Stafford run for 10 yards. Y'all kiss my ass. Dak ain't slower than Matthew Stafford. I don't give a damn how many leg injuries he took. I'm faster than Matthew Stafford. Me. Right now. Unathletic. No. I'm not going. Dak will be able to scramble for 10 to 15 yards. After that, hopes and prayers. But if every receiver's covered up, I think he can run for 10 to 15 yards. I do. Luis Angel Lopez just dropped a nugget while I'm rocking my Chiefs gear. Mahomes is 8-0 versus Vic Fangio? Cousin Mahomes, I need you to go do this one more favor for me, man. Cousin Mahomes, go do this one more favor for me. Dak ran a 4.79 in the combine. Yo, that is trash. He is slower now, dog. Why, you timed him in the 40? He got hurt. That don't mean he's definitively slow. Y'all act like he the Black Panther and he's been stripped of his powers by the. This ain't a yo. That's not how it works. Dak didn't tear his ACL. He tore his hamstring. What is wrong with y'all? He didn't have reconstructive knee surgery. Dak been slow. I said that though. Dak's so slow. I know he's slow. Y'all crazy though. Dak is just hard to bring down. Thank you. And the one time that Dak broke his ankle, y'all think it was because he was like injury prone? Or did his foot get caught in the turf and he got a horse collared where dude put his whole weight on his ankle? That ain't injury prone. I'll snap anybody ankle doing that shit. What are y'all talking about? Whose ankle standing up to that? Why you think they outlawed that? That ankle snap was a freak injury. That was a bone break. It was a compound fracture. Man, Rome, you might as well buy Chiefs. I ain't buying no jersey now. I ain't buying no jersey. Jerseys ain't cheap. I rushed with Pat. Hey, look, I'll wear this. I got a red sweatshirt around here. I'll wear that. But I ain't buying no Chiefs gear. Hey, listen, this subtle troll will be red t-shirts. I got a couple red sweatshirts. I'll give you that. I ain't about to go drop no dough. Nah. My baby girl birthday in about my youngest daughter's birthday is in 4 days. I got other stuff to pay for. You think I'm buying jerseys? No. I'm gonna have a 9-year-old. My 8-year-old's turning 9 in 4 days. Well, 5 days. Your birthday. Happy birthday, Ray Ray. Happy happy born day. Well, happy birthday, everybody in there. That's what I'm saying. You think I'm out here worrying about buying jerseys? Hey, Dak need to do yoga, plyometrics, stretch. It is what it is. But knock on wood, he did not tear ACL, MCL, PCL, all the, you know what I'm saying? No. And God forbid he didn't tear Achilles. Knock on wood. He tore a hamstring. Calm down. But I like the Eberflus hire. I do. I like Sorensen hire. I want Clayton Adams. I think that the Cowboys, I'm going to be optimistic. Now, if the Cowboys don't do anything in free agency and we get to like April 10th and it's looking like the same thing, I am going to be pissed. And then I'll keep it reeled in. If we get into the draft and we draft Kelvin Banks out of Texas and another goddamn random edge rusher I never heard of in the second, and they go get me some goofy ass running back in the 6th, I'ma be pissed. If they just blatantly ignore the fact that we need to add offensive weaponry, I'm gonna be mad. No disrespect to Marshawn Nealon. It was just random as hell. And that probably should have been a running back. Maris Louisfowl, love you, dog, but you probably should have been a running back too. You feel me? If they don't draft right and we don't participate in free agency, I'm a probably have a fit. But right now, I'm going to see. We're going to see. I hope that they do right. I hope that they do right. One thing's for sure, though. I'll leave y'all with this. One thing's for sure. If the Cowboys don't do right, and I'm optimistic, guess who the fans going to get mad at? They're not going to get mad at Jerry Jones. They're not going to get mad at Stephen Jones. They're going to bring their ass right on this stream and tell me, Rome, you was wrong. Channel, if you're going to be negative, channel it in the right place. Channel it at the ownership. Don't channel it at the dude that come on here multiple times a week trying to give you something happy to look forward to. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Y'all have a good evening. And I'm rocking with, I'm rocking with Pat until the Super Bowl over. And then we back. Go Chiefs. Y'all have a good evening.